All right, what's up? I think we're gonna roll. Welcome to the Keep Shining podcast. It's your boy Shimmer, aka Shah-Ameer Wally, and today, I'm doing a solo episode. No guest, just me. No producer. I already missed Bilal. I don't know if I'm bright or I'm too dark right now, but it's okay. We're gonna try our best. We're gonna try to do a solo episode. Probably not too long, so I hope you stay for the ride and enjoy whatever I have going on. I do have my iPad here. I wrote some topics. Just so I'm not going off the cuff, which is fine. I think going off the cuff is, beautiful. I think there is some sort of trait, that's beautiful about, going off the cuff. But this is kind of that, but also a mix of topics that I wrote down. And, could I have secured a guest for this week? I could have, but your boy is kind of slacking off a little bit, This is the 19th episode of the Keep Shining podcast. And I actually have some stats here that kind of prove that to be a great feat. Great feat. I'm not talking about my feet. I'm actually talking about is feet short for something or no? No, probably not, right? Okay. So this is a statistic. This is from 2 years ago, actually. So this is probably way different now, but 90% of podcasts don't get past episode 3. So we're 16 episodes past 90%. So we're in the top 10%. All right. That's 1.8 million people who quit. So, screw you guys. You guys suck and I'm better than you guys. For those that quit. 3 episodes, come on. That's easy. I've done that before. 150 episodes on another podcast, Strange Flavors. And now we're on the 19th episode of the Keep Shining podcast here. Of the 200,000 that left, of the 200,000 podcasts that left, sorry guys if there's planes and stuff, it gets really loud here, it's rowdy, but I think that's part of the ambiance. Okay, of the 200,000 left, 90% will quit after 20 episodes. So we're in that 90% right now. We're on episode 19. We are probably going to quit the next episode. Nah, but for real, I appreciate all of you guys that have been listening for the past 19 episodes, or maybe not. The formats have kind of been shifted, changed. And, my first real episode was probably episode 8 or 9 or 10. I don't know, one of those. And no, actually episode 10 might be our first one. I had my uncle on, and that's kind of the first official episode. So we're kind of 9 episodes in, but I did interview people on the street and had those full episode conversations as an episode. So who knows? But yeah, the question comes are we falling off? Are we doing good? I don't know. I sometimes I don't ever hear feedback. I don't ever hear feedback from this podcast. So, no one's dude, that podcast was awesome. Or no one's dude, I love that podcast. That guy was so hot. I don't hear any of that. Nobody messages me about it. So I don't know if these episodes are good. And maybe that's a bad thing. I feel if an episode was so good, people would tell me yo, dude, this episode literally changed my life. So maybe, I'm going to blame the guest. I think that's a guest's fault. Cause I did my best. I showcased my friends, and if no one was inspired enough to be hey, this episode changed my life, I think the guests suck. I think every guest that I've had on before this suck. And I think all the future guests are going to suck too. I'm kidding. Obviously I'm kidding. I don't mean that. All right. I obviously don't mean that. But yeah, I don't hear feedback, and it's okay. I think that's cool. I love making these episodes regardless. I think it's fun. I'm not doing this to be I'm going to be the biggest podcaster in the world. I know how hard it is to maintain a podcast and do a podcast, but I think for me it's fun, and it's just to keep on the creative grind and increase my brand per se or something like that. It's weird though, because I talk to the camera twice a week for hours on end on stream, twitch.tv/ShimmerWally, that I do, stream on Twitch. And I do talk, to the community straight through, but there's something redeeming about listening to a podcast, because you can, on a stream, you kind of have to be there, and it's not fun watching a stream later. So I sort of get it, why, even though this might be the same thing, might be the same thing as a stream, listening to this in your car, driving to work or something, you can have this playing. Or if you're cleaning, right? obviously all the women that are cleaning, I think it's a pleasure to be part of your noise, your white noise, and you're probably thinking like, hey, I'm a dude, I'm cleaning right now and I'm listening to you. This is not directed towards you. I get it. You should be listening to like Metallica or some metal or, some Tupac or Biggie or something like that. You shouldn't be listening to me. All right. This is just simply for the women that want to listen to my beautiful voice while they're cleaning. It may inspire them to be, clean even better. So obviously I'm totally kidding. I'm not misogynist or anything like that. Trust me, I'm not. All right. I could do like a misogynist test online and yeah, but we've gotten very far with this podcast. I mean to say is that people have told me in person though, they're like, yo, I listened to the episode. That was a good episode. That was awesome. And it's very guest heavy centric. Now you're probably wondering like, yo, what's the point of this podcast? Why is I know like 19 episodes in, I'm like telling you what the podcast is about, It's weird. It's weird. But I think the definition's going to change. And I made this podcast formula, whatever, to be very changeable. I just wanted a skeleton to be there. I wanted something to be there. But, I went in going like, I'm going to interview my friends. Obviously I could interview like interesting guests or people I don't know. I don't think I want to do that. I think I just want to be the homies. Like I really just want to talk to the homies, have an episode about them and just kick it, have fun. So I know that's terrible for branding. I know that's terrible for the definition of the podcast. I know that's terrible to tell somebody when you're doing word of mouth. Like, hey, there's this guy Shimmer that you probably don't give a shit about. He's interviewing his friends that you also don't give a shit about. Here, listen to an episode. No one's going to listen to that, Nobody's going to listen to that. Especially a brown dude. Like, come on. Nobody is going to listen to that. And I'm glad. Like I said, this is a passion project. Although we do have wonderful patrons supporting the episodes, and we have great bonus episodes, by the way. Great bonus episodes. I mean, Arun's was great. We were like singing and freestyling, and you guys will never see it because if you're not a patron, you'll never see it. And that's okay. That's okay. We had Unher who ranked all the freaking Marvel movies in the bonus episode. You guys will never see that unless you're a patron. So, yeah, I mean, I think that's the beauty. That's the beauty of having the Patreon. So I appreciate it. Patreon.com/ShimmerWally. It supports the episode. You get bonus episodes. You get the episodes early as well. And you will also get my music early. Because if you didn't know, I am also a musical artist, musical genius, all that stuff. That's what I am. That's what I am. I hope this is entertaining. I really hope this is entertaining. I'm trying my best. I'm not trying to be entertaining. I'm just, trying to get my thoughts and words out in a way where it's very articulate and you learn something and you grow something. And yeah, like something in your head, in your damag is like, dude, this was very helpful. I needed this or something like that. I don't know. Like I said, I don't hear feedback. Maybe that's a good thing. You're just so used to, like when you watch a TV show, you don't go in the comments of a TV show and be like, that was a good episode. People just talk about it later. So the producers or the writers, sometimes they don't hear it unless it's like from the critics. So that's the thing. Or they go on social media or whatever, but I'm not big enough to do that, But we are like a month and a half like after Ramadan. I did want to talk about Ramadan, where my life is and whatnot. Ramadan was good. It was good in a lot of aspects. If you don't know what Ramadan is, it's a month where Muslims fast from sunrise to sunset. We do a lot of things, charity, be involved with the community, all that stuff. It's very beautiful, wonderful month. But the thing is, I want to get the most out of Ramadan. So what I do is, kind of like cut out all the bad habits and stuff like that. Don't watch, adult films at night at all. Don't watch adult films at all. Cut that out, Not that I'm addicted or anything. I'm not. Seriously, I'm not. But, you just cut that out. You just cut that out. All the bad habits, all that stuff, gone. Right? It's great. But the thing is, I also took in, a lot of the aspects of spirituality and all that stuff, right? And with that, I felt like I had to take a little step back from the content. Because, your boy's been cranking out content, making a lot of content. Not fully stepping out of content, but, slowly cranking the content out throughout the month. And because of that, I got a little slower, you know, and I got a little slower, and then I wanted to refocus things and see where I can refocus, my avenues, my creativity, where to, how to put out things and all that stuff. I kind of wanted to change. Now, shortly after Ramadan, I'm still not used to the habits. I'm still, staying up late. I'm not blaming Ramadan, by the way. I'm blaming myself during that month. Blaming myself for not also focusing on things. But maybe it's a good thing. I don't know. Only God knows. Only God knows. So with that saying, all that, trying to be more purposeful and trying to, with each piece of content, try to be more purposeful and trying to inflict some sort of emotion. And I know I was already inflicting emotion on other pieces of content prior, but for me, it's like I want every piece kind of to have some sort of emotion. And I know that's very hard because then you put your emotions to it. The content that I was doing before, the good thing about it is it would do really well. It would expand the brand. It would help get me sponsorships. It would help connect with me with people in different places. And I didn't have to worry about what I would have to make tomorrow because I've already made the content, and then I would cut it up, chop it up, edit it, and whatnot. So I still have a lot of content like that. But I think there's also a beauty of not knowing what you're going to make. And so I think I want to dial into that again, kind of how I used to do YouTube. I've dabbled in it a little bit. If you're listening to this whenever, this week, it's been fun. It's been fun. But to be fully transparent, the content money has gone way down. Way down. Now, the good thing is my expenses are still very low. Like, dude, I think I spend like $300 a month on just like living life and stuff like that. It's very cheap. I live in my parents' house. I don't drive out a lot. I only drive mostly to the gym. I don't eat out a lot. And I try to save my money, and stuff like that. The most I spend on is like equipment, gear, editors, all that stuff. Like everything is into the content, I'll buy like dumb stuff for the content. So I don't see that as like spending, But going out and all this stuff, I don't really like to spend on going out, if that makes sense. But yeah, the content money has gone down a lot. And I don't know if that's the economy or also my content may have not been doing well. Algorithms change, whatever. I'm not pressed about it because I do have like still freelance gigs and all that stuff, which if you are a creative, always dip your toes in different waters. People say eggs in different baskets. Dip your toes in different waters. So I think that's the beauty of what I've kind of been building over the past like year or two. And I just have toes in different waters, Some waters are cleaner than others. Some waters are not. Some waters are deeper. Some waters are more blue. Some waters are more green and purple, whatever. So, yeah, I think I'm still good. And I feel like I need that like, oh, shit, I'm not making as much money as I was before to kind of like invigorate that little passion in me again. And I'm not saying I was making a lot of money before. But it was great money. It was great. Definitely not what I'm used to from content creation. But yeah, Instagram stopped paying. Snapchat stopped paying. TikTok barely pays. YouTube has been great. YouTube has been crazy. I mean, I hope, inshallah, soon, when we hit 100K subscribers, we're at 48K, I think. 48K or 46K. One of those. We're close to 50K. But 100K, I mean, dude, I'm going to cry. I'm literally going to cry. I'm literally going to cry when I open it. I'm like going to do an unboxing video or stream. I don't know. I think I'm going to do it on stream. But I'm definitely going to cry. And it's going to go like somewhere here. That's been my dream. That's literally been my dream. I don't know why. But 100K subscribers, I mean, that's like insane, right? But yeah, going back to the content, I think for me, I want to go into this very creative aspect. And when I started taking content seriously, like 2015, 2016, with friends and stuff like that, I went into the angle that, hey, I'm an artist, rapper, whatever. I need to make content and grow my brand. That's what I was thinking back then. Every artist now is thinking that, but I was thinking that 2015, 2016. That's kind of big brain. I kind of lost track or sort of that in this. Okay, now I'm like a content creator and then music second. And I think, and what I've realized is like, I think I'm really good at music, like making music genuinely. And, maybe you're going to be like, yo, I've heard your music. It's not that great, whatever. Like, I don't care, And I'm not saying that as a joke. I genuinely like listen to music from 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, bangers, bro. Like, I genuinely enjoy listening to the music that I've made. And I can't do that with a lot of things. Usually I like cringe. I'm like, damn, I could have done this better. I could have done that better. But whenever I listen to those songs, A, it captured a memory and moment around that time. But B, like, I genuinely like loved what I did with those songs. There's banger videos that I've made that I don't think I can watch because it was just such a like immature time of my life, or such a, point in my life where I'm kind of like, kind of cringe at it, But even with the music, even though it was a cringe time of my life, I was like, yo, this song's a banger. Like, I was going through something, but I put it in a song so beautifully. So I go back to the point where I think I should be artist first, just so I have a brand, right? With content creator, like, people have brands and stuff like that, but I think having that music aura around it, I think will be good. If I can attach some sort of musical element around everything, I think that will be good. I get better at making music, and people will listen to the music, etc. And that's kind of what I was doing. 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, it kind of started falling off. 2019, I was making music. Then 2020, 2021, 2022, and then 2023 kind of was like content creator. So I think music artist first, content creator second. Although they will go both hand in hand. Like, I'll still keep doing what I'm doing, still grow the brand, whatever, but I still want to like establish that as an artist. But I think the beauty of me going to content creator mode is that the music I made was very raw. It was very raw. That's what she said. No, it's very raw. And what I mean by that, I didn't care. I don't care how many listens it gets. I don't care how much, this gets or that gets. But the fault for me, at least, is I don't market it that much. And I think that's a fault, because if the music was marketed really well, then I think it could do really well. And people have told me that, like, yo, this song could work on TikTok, blow up on TikTok. I'm like, interesting. I tried a little bit, but I don't know. It just didn't feel right. But I think that's what I got to change. When something doesn't feel right, I usually don't go for it. But there's things where things don't make sense. But I do the thing until it makes sense. So when I started interviewing people in conventions and stuff like that, I just wanted to do it. But I was like, I'm going to make this content until it makes sense and blows up. And guess what? It blows up. Companies want to work with me. I still got companies like going to want to work with me in the future. So, that's what's still good, going back into the content creation, money realm and stuff like that. But yeah, so I think that's how I'm going to kind of brand myself a little bit more now. I've been doing music streams more. And I think I'm going to like make TikToks and clips and stuff like that out of those songs. Dude, talking to yourself makes your mouth dry. I don't know how I do it on stream without drinking water this much, but I think I'm just going like straight, maybe more brain power I'm using. Because when I read chat, it's just brain dead, But now that I get to think for myself, But yeah, I think that explains like how I want to move forward, where I'm going. I don't know if you care about this at all, but maybe this is something you can relate to. You don't have to be an artist. You don't have to be whatever. It's just, how to have something you're passionate about be marketable, even though genuinely it's not that marketable. Music is, I don't think is that marketable. You have to make something new around your music where I think your music can be marketed pretty good. So maybe it's what type of content you do, whatever. I don't know, whatever you do. But I did have a nice conversation with somebody recently, and it was this guy, and this was back in the day, while I was making content and stuff like that. Obviously, I'm grinding. We have some viral videos, whatever. I'm just not huge on like any of the platforms, right? Our videos would be very successful, but our content, it just would hit masses, but like I felt like I just didn't get huge following. Then I see this guy, he makes like 2-3 videos on Instagram and like blows up 50,000 followers. And I'm like, 50,000 on Instagram, that's insane. That's honestly very hard. And at the time I was like, damn, dude, like I'm doing all this work, you know, I'm not blowing up. What is this? Like, and you know, he doesn't make content anymore. He's like, I don't like it. And I'm like, dude, you were so funny, but you're so good at making content. And he was like, I'm not feeling it. I just don't like it, you know, and made the bad things come out of me. And I'm like, oh, interesting. And I was like, oh, that's fair. That's fair. Like, I wouldn't be like, yo, you're wasting talent and stuff like that. And I get it, because I get that. Like, people come to me, not in the content sense, I think, but they're like, dude, you're so smart. Dude, I know. You're probably thinking like, what? People think you're smart? Yeah, I know. Okay. Just sit with me for the example for a second. People will come to me and be like, dude, you could have done this. You could make more money like this. You could do this. You could do this. Motherfucker, I know. Like, do you guys, like these people, do they not have enough confidence in themselves to believe that they cannot do anything? I genuinely think I could do like almost like anything, right? And I think in America, I think we have the opportunity to do anything and everything. So why would I choose one of the hardest things to do? I'm not saying this is hard. I think content creation is very easy. But for a lot of people, it's hard. For a lot of, like, being an entrepreneur, artist, whatever, like, this shit's not great for the mental, not great for relationships, friendships, whatever. It's not great for any of that. It's literally making yourself selfish and all that stuff. And you're not even guaranteed anything at the end of this, or guaranteed anything during it. So it's like, if someone's like, yo, I want to be a content creator, I'll be like, what the fuck? Why? Why would you want to do this and be this? Look at me. I am 20 freaking 7. I almost forgot my age. And I am talking to a camera. And I've been doing this since I was fucking 10 in my parents' house. 17 years. And I'm still not out of it. Keep in mind, I do love being here. So that's another reason. But, you know, it's like 17 years. Yeah. I've been making content for like 17 years. And I'm learning new shit every day. But I think, you know, this same person just asked me like, yo, why? Like, I see that you do content. You just like love it. You enjoy it. You do it. And I'm like, yeah, all the shitty things, I'm not like mad about this. But I see other people, when they do get into the content space, they're like, dude, this sucks. And I've seen people maneuver it, and I've seen people get broken down by it. It makes sense. I mean, there's so many COVID creators. They came in, blew up. The COVID creators, like, they literally, like, you know, blew up, made a name for themselves, and now they don't make content anymore. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. The blessing for COVID for me was that, I mean, things were popping off. TikTok was popping off, but not everything pops off forever. You know, not everything pops off forever. Just remember that. But also in this conversation, he asked me like, yo, is this do or die for you? And I'm like, yeah, kind of. I mean, like, why not? You know, like, why not do it, do or die. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, why would you do something if it's not do or die? Obviously, yeah, you got like stuff to do and like obligations and stuff like that, but I've kind of like moved my chess pieces so I can make this as comfortable as possible, you know? And not everyone has the same circumstances, but I do. And if I have the same good circumstances, I'm going to take advantage of it. And obviously, I could take advantage of it more, but yeah, that goes to the point like, yo, you could have been a scientist. You could have done this. And it's not about, people are like, yo, I don't want to be a cog in the machine and stuff like that. I think there's beauty being a cog in a bigger machine, because being the entire machine, you're going to have to oil the other cogs inside of you. You're going to have to oil and maintain and replace these different cogs. I don't know if this is a good analogy or not, but I'm going to try my best to make it work. Okay. Just sit with me, but you're going to have to like oil the cogs and machines and all that stuff. And that's annoying. But if you're just one cog, you can oil yourself. That's easy. You don't have to oil other people. Imagine oiling other people. It's not fun. It's not easy. And sometimes you're a big machine, but there's only one cog and it's you. There's no other cogs inside. That's lonely. At least when you're a cog in a bigger machine, there's other cogs kind of relating to you and whatnot. This kind of gets lonely. I am so lonely. And yeah, it is do or die. And I'm like, why not? Why not? But when talking to this person, we both understood each other. He's somebody that did really well on social media and just left. And I'm like, that makes sense. Like, it makes sense. I get it. I could have been like, dude, you're hilarious. You would have blown up. You would have been set for life. That was not his goal. It's not his goal. And so when people are like, yo, you could buy yourself a house if you were, scientist this, doctor this, lawyer this. I'm like, yeah, I can. But I love what I'm doing now. I think it's great what I'm doing now. I'm making an impact. I'm working hard for it. I have a goal. And I'm too stubborn to leave this shit. I'm going to be frank. I'm too stubborn to leave this shit. I'm in too deep. And, if someone genuinely looks at my stuff and sees how much I put out, like, they know how much I'm like into this and I love it. Like, I really do love it. And I don't think I expressed that enough. I think I'm just trying to like entertain or whatnot, but I really love this shit. Like, I genuinely do. I would not be doing this since I was 10 if I didn't really love it. And that's the beauty of it. Cause like I look at myself when I was a kid and I could show you guys one day, but on my 5th grade yearbook, it says, what are you going to be 10 years when you grow up or whatever? And it was like, I'm going to be a doctor with a black Ferrari and be a good Muslim. Right. And only one of those things happened. Literally. All right. Only one of those things happened. My Ferrari is parked right outside. It's like, no, I'm kidding. I don't know if that hit. I don't know if that landed. Okay. I don't know. I feel like that's a good joke, but like, that's what I wrote on my 5th grade yearbook. And I think I'm a good Muslim. I'm trying to be, but the black Ferrari, I don't like Ferraris. I don't think I ever did. Being a doctor, like, yeah, I wanted to be a doctor since I was like up until senior year of high school. I don't know. I don't want to help people, like helping people sucks. No, I'm kidding. Obviously I'd love to like save people. And I think the doctor avenue is just very, very beautiful track. I just think I can help people in a better way by like doing this. I don't know if this helps people. This probably, makes people this probably doesn't help anybody. It probably makes people more depressed. Like, yo, what you're doing, I mean, that makes me depressed, bro. Like 27, bro, like you're doing that. I'm out. Bye. No, I mean, yeah. So then the next conversation we had with this person was, what's something you used to think before that you don't agree now with? And I think what I would say is following your dreams. I think following your dreams is dumb. Genuinely. And you're coming at somebody who's following their dreams. Now, I'm not saying that because of, maybe it's not working out or not working out as quickly as I thought it would. But when someone says, I want to follow my dreams, I think you're already failing. Because if you really want to follow your dreams, you would already be following your dreams. And that's the only reason I say, like, I want to follow my dreams, because when I was a kid, I used to like expect things. I used to be like, oh my gosh, God, please, like, give it to me now. And God has his own time. Everything works on its own time. So I don't want to follow my dreams. I want to lead my dreams. Yo, that's bars. Tell me that's not bars. I want to lead my dreams, not follow them. Dude, has anyone thought of that? I don't think anyone's thought of that. But I want to lead my dreams. Lead them. Create a life for yourself where you don't want to sleep. I literally only sleep just so I can get good rest, because I want to like perform great every single day. And so before I would, when I was a kid or when I was younger, I'd be like, I want to follow it. I want like things to happen to me. Now I'm like, fuck that. Like, I'm tired of waiting on people. I'm just going to do it myself. I'm tired of waiting on people. I'm just going to do it myself. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And I'm not going to discredit anyone. There's just so many people that have helped me along this journey. Literally so many people that have helped me along this journey. So, so many blessings left and right. But I think it does come with a sort of like running into the void and making something happen. And then you look back and you're like, oh, snap. I got this far. This is pretty dope. Okay, cool. So yeah, that's one thing I don't agree with anymore, is like following your dreams. I think that's dumb. You would already be following your dreams. Like if someone comes up to me and they're like, hey, I want to be a content creator, you have failed, because you've already not done it already. If you want to do it, you will do it. I mean, it's just as simple as that. Like, oh, I want to be jacked. And some dude's like not going to the gym or not eating properly. It's like the same thing. It's literally the same thing. But yeah, I mean, that got pretty deep. I was supposed to get into the deep stuff later, so then you guys don't like click off when I get off this conversation. But speaking of stubbornness, all this kind of like leads into stubbornness, like, leading your dreams and all this stuff, and people telling you and prescribing you things that could be better for you. And they might be right, but like, they don't know me, But anyways, people prescribing things for you to have a better life, quote unquote. A new Star Wars game came out 3 weeks ago, and I bought it. And I was like, I'm going to play this all on stream, because I had people on stream be like, yo, that'd be cool if you streamed it. So I'll be like, all right, bet. Then I put in the hardest difficulty. Keep in mind, I've never played a game on the hardest difficulty, but I was like, let me do it for stream. So I was getting wrecked. All right. I was like, by the end of this week, I'm going to beat the game. Because, story games are like 12 hours, 13 hours, whatever. It took me 3 weeks to beat this game. And everybody in my chat was like, yo, this game sucks. Please get off of it. Like, you suck. Oh my gosh. So I was like, shit. But I was like, I can't not stream it. I have to finish it, because that was my goal, is to finish this game. So I finally finished it. Please clap. Please clap. I finally finished it, and it felt so good, and it was super hard, and I feel very accomplished. Will I ever play a game on the hardest difficulty again? Probably not, unless it's on stream, because that's like entertaining. But oh my gosh, we fell so many times, we've died so many times, but it was fun. It was very fun, and I'm glad I did it. And yeah, that was my Star Wars saga. So even though people did not want me to do it, I was like, I have to do it, and I need to do it. And I think that's just the route I'm going to go on. That's what I'm going to be doing like the next 2-3 years, maybe the rest of my life. I don't know. And sorry, this plane is super loud and it needs to shut up. What if it just like disappeared? But yeah, what else that happened? I saw Guardians of the Galaxy, and oh my gosh, I cried so many times. It's such a beautiful movie, and I was like, dude, MCU sucks now. And then I saw that movie, and I was like, oh my god, it's beautiful. Like, a movie to give me that emotion, like I haven't felt that emotion from a Marvel movie or many movies before recently in a long time. And with that movie, I was like, dude, that was such a beautiful movie. I think the writing was great, and the acting and the performances, the music, the emotion. I mean, that, and the reason I talk about Guardians of the Galaxy, and I was talking about it this earlier, I want people to feel stuff with my content now. Like, not angry. I want them to feel something good. whether it's heavy emotion, laughter. I think those two are one of the greatest things that I want people to feel. Not like anger, like anytime I post a furry video, people just get angry. And that's not something I want, like, yeah, it boosts engagement, whatever. It's just, and then furries, like, they would be like, oh my God, it's so nice for you to support us. And I'll be like, yeah, no worries. Like, but I feel like they don't follow me for me. They only follow me when I interview furries. So it's like, what is the purpose? I need to make things more where they're like, oh, I want to stick with this guy. I want to, like, why is this guy entertaining? I want to be that guy. And I don't know if I'm that guy, but I'm going to work hard till I am. I might not have that natural, like, oh, he's the guy. Like you look at some people, you're like, oh, they're the guy. Like that guy's, he's the guy. Like he's going to be famous or something like that. And yeah, some people, some of my homies say that about me. And a lot of people don't. A lot of people are like, yo, this guy sucks. You suck. And, maybe you're right. I don't know. Maybe you're right. I don't think you're right because, like, I'm just going to work my ass off till I am. That's kind of like been my motto. Like, I'm just going to, even if people are like, yo, what are you doing, bro? I'm going to do it till I, like, prove them wrong. That's the huge chip on my shoulder. But yeah, honestly, I talked about a lot of things I wrote down in a natural flow progression. And yeah, but I've been in a few other podcasts recently. That was cool. Artem Coker podcast and the Harry Man podcast. Those were both fun. Artem Coker was more like, how to turn it businessy and all that stuff. The Harry Man was kind of more like, more in general and talking about like the state of content and how maybe, I don't know. They're both pretty good episodes. And I think it's been a blessing to be able to speak about these things. I love talking about content. I could literally talk forever. But yeah, we could talk forever about it. But yeah, overall, I think, how much time has it been? I feel like, what, has it been 30 minutes? It's been 30 minutes, right? 35 minutes. Yeah, I think overall life, I think I'm on like, like you need ups and downs. I feel like I'm in a down spot, but like in the best way possible. Like I want to start from ground zero and try things that don't work. And I want to try new things that like are very creative and really flex my creative muscle, but at the same time have something consistent. And so that's, I think, what this is. That's where life is going. Streams they've been fun for me, at least. I love the Star Wars streams, Everyone's like, yo, never do that again. But yeah, streaming's just been nice, It's something consistent twice a week, get to hang with the community, stuff like that. Growing the community is not easy. It's not easy. And I feel like I've been in a stagnant place with that. And I think the reason is because, yeah, I was streaming, but I never saw myself to become a huge streamer. I wanted it to be supplemental and like deep and to A, create more content, and B, get closer to the community and get people closer and whatnot. And I think I've achieved that, but obviously I want to do it at a bigger scale. But because of that, my TikTok grew, my YouTube grew, and yeah. So I don't know. We're gonna do more music content, and I want to like put comedy in it. I love comedy, and stuff like that. Maybe some sketches. I don't know. Just try new things. Just suck at things, because there's, like I said, there's some beauty in making something that will probably not be seen because it's just so different. So that's what I'm working on, and we're just gonna try new things. I'm gonna continuously make music, and yeah, you're gonna see me promote the brand myself more artist heavy first. I think that's the goal. It's like when you talk, like I don't know what people say, oh, he's a content creator, or oh, he's part of a YouTube group or whatever. Like I don't know how people describe me, and I think that everyone should have one way to describe me when you think about like branding and all that stuff. So I want to be that artist that makes content. I don't know. Oh, he's an artist. I'll be like, yo, that's fire. That's fire, dude. I'm an artist. Oh, artist, So I think that's the avenue I'm going to take. And I think it makes more sense. That's the direction I started with back in 2015, 2016 when I took things more seriously. That's where the name Shimmer came from, and we'll see where it leads. Obviously, content's going to be the same, but different. Because, like, I've been uploading music content, stuff like that. It's been tanking. It's, like, doing terrible. But the people that, like, comment on it, they're like, dude, this is fire and stuff like that. And that's all that matters. That's all that matters. But, yeah, any questions, leave them down below. And maybe we'll get to them. Where this podcast is going, we'll have some guests. We'll shoot the shit. Maybe I'll invite my Uncle Hadi back on. Maybe it's just Bilal and I just talk. Who knows? There's just many different ways we can take this podcast. And I did enjoy the solo podcast, but I don't know how many I could do, because I did this again, I would probably say the same exact thing that I did this week. So, yeah. Thank you guys so much for listening. Leave a comment, leave a like if you enjoyed this episode at all. Thank you, patrons, for supporting the episode. Okay, seriously, it's a huge relief. Like, it forces me to make this podcast, and like having backed up support and all that stuff. It's just wonderful. I love doing this shit. Thank you so much, guys. Seriously, I love doing it, and I hope you love watching it. I hope you love receiving it. I hope you feel inspired. I hope that you get something out of this that like can change your life, because seriously, like, that's all I want, is to like inspire you and make you laugh, make you feel something. And we all got goals, we all got big dreams, but what we do is we lead those dreams. Okay, we don't follow them. All right, peace out, gang, and keep shining, y'all. Peace. Imagine, like, I wasn't recording at all. I'd be so pissed. I'd be like, yo, Bilal, I miss you.